afternoon, everyone. How are we doing? Or good morning, or time zone appropriate greetings. So, hello, Chris, Pete, Bill, Connor, and everyone else. There are a few more of you today, and we are starting down at my neighbour's farm. So, this is the little cow farm, which is just to the south of us. They have a few cows. Because pretty much every farm on this map seems to start with a few animals, so I kind of like that. And because I've got grazing installed, they're actually eating as well, which is kind of cool. And they are going to lend us the use of this monstrous tractor, this nice class Arion. It's brand new. It has just rolled out of the showroom because I still need to compact the silage. So we're going to hopefully quite quickly do that, and then depending on time, the plan is to harvest the wheat and potentially the canola. So that's the plan. Best laid plans and all that. So we'll see how we get on. I've been mathsing a little bit, and I've worked out that with the current version of Animal Food Editions, I should maybe get a roller, actually. Maybe I'll get a roller delivered, because that'll make things way quicker. Let's do that. With the current version of Animal Food Editions, I think I've got enough food stored to have at least 100 sheep. You probably only need that one. No, let's lease it. Yeah, and we've only got like 30 at the moment, so I might get some more. When I haven't put in new version yet into here. I did think about it, but I kind of just wanted to get cracking. So when I drop the new version in, that pretty much doubles. But I don't think we've got enough land to graze that many sheep. So yeah, but we can significantly increase the number of sheep that we have, I believe. I guess the other thing is that I have skipped ahead a day, so the sheep are now healthy and producing wool, which is quite cool. So yeah, that's kind of the plan for today. How we all doing? It's I've just finished work for the day, and figured I'd sneak this in before I go do other stuff. Yeah, it's a shame. Double D, isn't it? Well, it's not really, because it's not the nicest thing. Well, our ambulance has just been and gone on the road behind the house, which is never good, is it? But kind of reminded me of him and his flying and stuffs. So yeah, be good if you could let me know how the sound balance is with like game sound and stuff, because I'm not sure, because one, I am not listening, and two, I am never sure what it sounds like your end. So yeah, if you could let me know, that would be good. Okay, let's try. Okay, let's try that. I have a button for turning it up, so I've turned it up a couple of notches. So let's see if that is any better for you guys or not. Yeah, literally, I don't usually care about what the game sounds like, so let's give it another. There you go. It is not an electric tractor. No, it is not. It's almost like you've been watching what I was doing earlier today, which was an electric tractor. So yeah, we'll get there. We'll get it adjusted. You are deaf, Pete, so I don't know whether I should be listening to you. I mean old. I mean more mature. You're a lovely bloke. You're a lovely bloke. I will entirely blame you if everyone ends up deaf afterwards. It looks very loud to me, but, you know. I will trust your judgment. If you guys say it's okay, then we'll go with it. Having to make me work as well, Pete. There we go. I'll let you do that. I'll let you do that. Right, that's that jobbed. Right, we will return the least silage compactor because we're not going to need that again for a bit. That's that done, and we'll quickly take that back so the neighbour can make use of his trash. It's always you, Pete. It's always you. Well, it is you recently. You know, always causing trouble. So one of the goals for me is actually purchasing this farm, which I could probably just do now, but you know, that's kind of not the point. I think this is quite a cool little farm. So, yep. There we go. Even took their tractor back. So what we need to do now is jump in a real vehicle, because I think we can get a trailer back for this. I think. So let's detach that. Come on. There we go. That's much better. Right. This is under cars? No. Miscellaneous. Yep. Combinations. 2,400 litres. It's got a hitch. Maybe we go for that instead. Yeah. Go for that instead. Oh, did I add? Actually, there was another mod, which might mean I've just wasted a bunch of money, but there was the one that Monarch sent me. I may or may not have added in. There we go. I did. That holds 2,000 litres. That's not much better. Unless it goes bigger. It does not. Okay. Yep. We'll stick with this. There we go. That'll work. And then combine harvester. I'm not going to sing the song. Don't worry. Do we go? So the Deutz has a 4-meter header. The New Holland has a 4-meter header. Or we go class, which has a 5-meter header or a 5-meter header. I think we should. Oh, that's part of the map. We should do that then. That seems like the right thing to do to me. I'm just going to lease it because we've not got much combining to do. And I am not going to bother with a header trailer either because we only have to go just down the road. So, and the plan is to sell straight off the field because I don't think we need any of the grain, he says confidently. Let me just remind myself of how I feed sheep. So, whole crop silage, hay, that's going to be a root crop, and I don't remember what I was going to do for power food. What was I going to do for power food? You guys are going to lose game sound for a moment, so talk amongst yourselves, because I've had to tab out of the game. I should have added in the animal food mod thingy, but then you'd think that I would remember all this stuff, wouldn't you? But I don't, so... sheep can eat grain grist, mineral feed. Yeah, pretty much grain grist or mineral feed. So maybe we should mill the wheat into grain grist. I bet I haven't installed. No. Okay. In that case, I think I am going to change plans. And I think we will harvest the canola so that I can install that modded grain mill so that we can mill the wheat to be grain grist. To do that bit of the sheep feeding. I could have come out from there. Let's do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going this way. Well, that's cool. I like that. I'm not sure what it says. Any German speakers here today? No? Okay. Yeah, I really like that modded one. I'm resisting using it on every single save. But I think I might end up using it on every single save because of the functionality it offers. Compared to the one that's part of Maze Plus. Is that a bale store? That looks like a bale store, doesn't it? It is. And it holds 250 bales. That's insane. But I like it. That is insane, but I like it. Of course you know, Pete. So, yeah, we have got a little bit of wool as well, so we could... I've only got 73. That's not worth putting into the mill yet. Into mill. That's pretty cool. I did not spot that before. Yeah, so someone remind me, please, and you could even like message me on Discord or something to add that mill in, so that I don't forget, because otherwise I probably will forget and I'll have to do it again. My other thing is I need to try and grab a root crop harvesting contract. I don't think there are any yet. We've got oats, canola. No. Probably too early for root crops, so yeah. If I can grab like a sugar beet harvesting contract, something like that, then it will be good for feeding the sheep, and probably there'll be lots of skipping time in this one, I think. That's kind of what I'm expecting. I had not realised that there were mods in the map like that. That's kind of cool. Just have a look and see if there are any others, actually. Maybe once we're on this long run. We'll bung GPS on. Yeah, that'll do. That's good enough. And Oh, there's a water tank as well. Okay. Oh, that's cool. I quite like that. I quite like that. Yeah, that's something I might end up getting as well. Do like the Unimog. Anywho, this is a pretty big field, actually. Is the price for canola even good at the moment? Either way, it's probably being sold. So, okay. So the price 1,300 is the best price. We can get 1,100, which is not bad. Ag place. So where is the country market on the map? Actually, that's not too far either. Just around there. Yeah, that's not too bad. Cool. I do like Kale's maps. I always forget the name of the other one that I played. The spring map. And I only think of it as that because it's the one that Paul played as well, and the translation is spring Fröhling. Yeah, he makes really nice maps. They're quite small, I think, but I just think they're really nice maps. And in a way, they're quite nice that they're small because it makes it's quite good for this kind of stuff, I think. So, yeah. I think they're maybe underrated. I don't know. I've not seen many of the big creators use them. I think Mr. CDP did one of them maybe, but not very much. I think he only did a little bit on one of them. So I think it was one of those ones that he tried and his regular audience didn't enjoy, so he dropped. And I want to say that's what happened. But I'm not sure. So. From a Mr. CDP map tour, is that? I guess he does the map tours of them all, doesn't he? This doesn't feel like a map you would play, Pete, I don't think. You're going to struggle to fit a... I can't even remember the name of some of the big... Do we even have big seeding equipment as standard in-game? We don't really, do we? I guess that's all mod stuff. But you're gonna struggle to fit a Borgo with a quad track on the front and some of this stuff. And an X9. I mean, I guess you could combine this with an X9. It wouldn't even take long. I'm sure you could, Pete. I am sure you could. I need to try and remember to grab a screenshot at some point as well. I do like maps that are kind of, or farms that are quite compact like this, so we can see everything that's going on. It's kind of why I picked this one. Yes, but you probably have to make it one field, Pete. That doesn't count. And it would be like one pass and you'd be done. And this is yielding way better than I thought. Is it actually fertilised? It is fertilised. We're looking at 30,000 litres off of it. That's going to be nice. Not that we really need the cash, but you know. I'm not sure what we're going to do on here other than just keep playing, I guess. Yeah, I think I had a look at his new map. It's I didn't actually realise it was one of his maps because the thumbnail was a bit weird. So I didn't think I looked at it until someone, I can't remember who, shared it on Discord, and I ended up clicking on it and realised it was one of his maps. The guy has made a lot of maps, hasn't he? Is it called No Man's Land, Pete? Is that the map where you haven't had to join fields together? Or one of the ones where there's like 3 fields on the whole map? I can imagine that you'd be happy with. Where do I want to go now? God. Cannot think straight. Let's do one more headland. I'll unload and then we'll go finish the headlands the other end. That seems like a sensible idea because this will almost fill the trailer as well. So small scale farming is a thing. I don't have auto drive set up either. I saw that map. I did have a quick look at it. A very quick look. It did intrigue me actually for maybe the next move after Glenlarvan. It's been banked in my brain. It's been banked. I do look at these things when people suggest them, even if I don't comment. Alright. Let's go. It's very weird having speed set to kilometers per hour, but because we're in Europe land, that feels like the right thing to do. And because I essentially use a separate version of FarmSim for doing this, I don't have to worry about changing units. I guess if I put the back on the truck as well, I could add like a couple of 1,000 litres capacity. Maybe the next evolution is the Unimog, because that's going to be a bit quicker for getting around the map. That's a lot of cows. That's a lot of cows, especially when you run animal food additions. That's a lot of food, if you fill it, obviously. I would not advise that. I would not advise 1,000 cows. I mean, if you were playing without Maize Plus, 1,000 cows is not that hard to look after, I don't think. Because they eat so little, and you probably want a lot of cows to produce a decent amount of stuff. But once you scale with Maize Plus and animal food additions, then you don't need more than a couple of 100 at most. I don't know how many I was using on Greenlands, but that was ridiculous how much food I was getting through. But I was also getting ridiculous amounts of like milk and everything. So yeah. I'm not sure how many I've got on Glenlarvan that are producing, and that makes quite a lot of money, relatively. Can we? Yeah, we can loop around the back of this by the looks of it. That's not bad. 7,500 euros. Crash count +1. You probably need 4 BGAs on a map like that because they're probably not my BGAs. They 4 normal BGAs probably add up to less than 1 me BGA. going that way. Yep. I know where I'm going, honest. I'm going to park this about here. And we will crack on. Right. I don't know if I'll actually have time to finish this field today, because I'm only planning to do about, at most, another half an hour. We'll see. Kind of limited to 6 miles an hour, so no real speed installed, so no cheaty speeds. Any mods released today? Have any of you seen? Hopefully me doing that isn't going to... I use my phone to control OBS, so... oh, yeah. We've got a cultivator. We've got a map. Alone in the world. Another survival map. Mr. Farquhar, how you doing, buddy? Another survival map. Wow. Maybe not. Maybe that one's not. Oh, that one's not. Okay. An Alaskan map. Ooh, interesting. With some fields. A forestry thing by the looks of it. What's that? Some kind of folder. Oh, pay attention. A little utility tractor. I could see some use for that. If I was really clever, I would find a way of showing you these as I went through them, wouldn't I? But I'm not really clever, so... the John Deere 445, I can imagine Daggerwin is going to lose his stuff all over that. A 2-wheel drive lawn and garden tractor, I can imagine a lot of people are going to lose their stuff over that. Particularly if you combine that with Hilly Farm's lawn mowing mod. Then, you know, that's all sort of excitement for people, isn't it? They can pretend to cut grass. Well, they could come to my house and cut my grass for me, because I hate doing that. It's a hay drying plant. There's lots of mods today. The only way I would enjoy cutting the grass, I should pay attention to what I'm actually trying to do. We'll go back to looking at mods in a moment. The only way I would enjoy cutting the grass is if I got one of those radio control tractors that had the butterfly mowers on it. I think that would be so much fun. But I'd have to have quite a large scale one to deal with the fact that my garden is like the surface of the moon. Because four medium to large sized dogs destroy everything. So... oh, Yoss's mod has come out. The husbandry cleaning one. Oh. Oh no, I'm still combining. That one's cool. I like that one. You should check that out. Yeah. That one's worth a look. Oh, cool. Might get some more downloads. Yeah, the Yoss's husbandry cleaning one is good because that brings back the what we had in FS19 where you used to have to clean up after your animals. That is one I will probably be installing to give it a try. We generally don't have a problem with cats in our gardens because we have 4 dogs. What we do have a problem with is foxes. We have a couple of fairly large foxes which don't care about the fact that we've got dogs. So while I've got mod hub open, I will also quickly check the status of my mod. Oh no, we're in day 5 of testing. It is still red. Oh well. Just means giants are busy. do is, if I can remember how to work this stuff, which I don't seem to be able to do. Things never work the way I want them to. There we go. Done. Just dealing with some what looks like pretty blatant spam. Who doesn't love spam for tea? I don't know if you guys could see that or not, but I think I've removed it. I'm not sure, because I'm a massive noob. Oh well. I will get better. It's weird because I have like auto mod set to the highest level of get rid of spamminess. So I don't know why it doesn't let me remove them. Ban, timeout. Let's do ban. There we go. They should be gone now. Have to learn how to use the tools available to me. When they happen on pool streams, I am never fast enough to actually catch them before someone else who's much more experienced will jump in and deal with everything. So let's see if on the return journey we can grab a little screenshot. There we go. It does look quite nice, doesn't it? Well, I think it does anyway, so there we go. And we can put that back on because I do like my information. How you doing, Mr. Haythornthwaite? Once you know how to say it, it's not quite so intimidating a name. The first time, impossible. Yeah, I am not too bad, thank you. Not too bad. Still mentally kind of screwed, but hey, that'll take time to recover, I think. Actually, mostly just really tired from the last couple of weeks, and really quite tired from yesterday and having to like do my day job, and yeah. So part of yesterday in work, my very first boss is retiring this week. So he gave me my start in work 20 something odd years ago, and on Friday he retires. So annoyingly, I'm missing his retirement thing. So we went for coffee yesterday and had a catch up, and it was kind of weird. Yeah, the idea that your first boss is not going to be there anymore, because as well as being my boss, we travel together a lot and kind of friends as well. So yeah, that's kind of strange. So. And then on top of that, I had unrelated a new guy that was joining my team, and so spent like 2.5, 3 hours explaining what we do to him, which was kind of exhausting. So, and then an hour and a half to 2 hours in the car driving home. It's all great. Yeah, it was kind of tiring, and it ended up doing a pee and falling asleep in the chair. But other than that, I'm fine. Could do with a holiday at some point, but I kind of want to get all of the stuff that's happening in the real world done before we actually go on a holiday. So I wish I could have done that today, Pete. I wish I could have had a nap today. Oh, look at that. I'm paying attention, really. I'm paying attention, really. I did what some may or may not consider the next best thing, and at lunchtime I took 2 of the dogs out for a bonus walk, which was quite nice. Get a bit of fresh air. That was good. We have a slight challenge at the moment because Joker's on quite strict enforced rest because of his back, because we've got to let his back heal. As soon as any of them see a lead, he wants to go out for a walk, and he's not allowed to go for a walk at the moment. So I had to smuggle 2 of the dogs out through the kitchen today, which was kind of funny because they weren't playing the game of, you know, this is covert. You're being snuck out of the house. Well, I found it really funny anyway. So yeah. But he's kind of mixed. The poor boy is getting on, and that life of living in kennels and racing and training dogs is really catching up with him. It's what happens when you have old dogs. So let's see, 15,000 litres nearly delivered, or will have been delivered. There we go. So I'm hoping that I actually test my mod this week, because it would be kind of nice to know what it's going to fail on. I'm assuming it's going to fail. I'd be amazed if it doesn't. Although it was quite a small change to an existing one. It's kind of always safe to assume they will fail. So it would be nice if they failed it so that I could then fix it and resubmit it. Because I think waits, the last time the wait was, I think, about 2 weeks to be tested. So yeah, and I don't really, I consider it more being a realist than a pessimist, because they fail it on quite small things sometimes. Some of it, I've had them before where they failed it on their own stuff, so it very much depends, and it depends a lot on the tester, and sometimes you can just message them back and say, no, this is your own thing, and they'll go, oh, okay, and let it through, and it'll be fine. But I'm expecting that there'll at least be a bit backwards and forwards, and Mark, you should, and I should really have a look at it still. I haven't yet. I was actually thinking about that today. I really need to use it actually on Saxlor to maintain some of my stuff, to not give away what it does particularly, because it's very cool. Stupid barky dogs downstairs. Yeah. Yeah. So when I started submitting mods, they would fail on bits of XML that were in Giant's base game, XML, and they would say, no, you don't have that in a mod, and it's like, okay, but it's in your XML. So it's kind of, I have only ever had one mod that didn't fail testing, and so I always expect to go through at least one round of fail and resubmit. And even if that fail is it fails and you message them and explain something and they say okay and it passes, I'll shut up, Mr. Haythornthwaite. There's a difference as well. They don't test script mods very well. And by they I mean Giants. Because if they put a script mod through the Giants mod tester, it passes, unless you've done something really dumb. And, you know, I think maybe they might load the game up with it in to make sure you don't make the game explode. No, I'm not saying it should have failed. I'm saying that you have a special case. And that those that sacrifice chickens to create mods have special rules. And you're right, Lewis, so that involves sacrificing chickens, for those of you that don't know. Yeah, and so to give you an example of how they test, you know, a building-based mod, which is stuff that I've learned as I've gone through, because they found problems with some of mine. Like something like the forage dealer failed because they stuck it on the side of a hill, and part of it stuck out of the hill and it didn't terraform properly. So I had to fix that. So now every time I do a building-based mod, one of the things I do is I go on to the American base game map and I try and stick it on the big road, the big raised road that runs through that map. I try and stick it on the edge of that and check that it works properly, because that's one of the tests that they do. Can't do that with script mod. All you can do is load the game up and check it doesn't explode. So yeah, I think you get a very different testing experience with a script versus things that involve buildings that Giants can actually put through a set of tests. Now that said, I know that some of the tests, when Maze Plus was tested, they did test that with some gameplay. But obviously that has some pretty big gameplay elements in it, so yeah. And I also know that Giants like Maze Plus, so maybe they just wanted to play it before it was released. That's me speculating, by the way. That's not actually necessarily truth, so... but yeah, I do know that script mods go through a very different testing route to like building and vehicle based mods. So, and I think sometimes that's why when script mods released, they don't necessarily have such an easy release. I don't know whether it took them longer or not to test. And Maze Plus got a lot of testing internally, probably more than a lot of other mods. But, you know, it get all of the farming agency mods get a lot of live testing. You know, they get streamed for hours and hours a week of live testing on multiplayer, and you know, things always go wrong when you do it in real world testing. But they get a lot of testing in the team, and I think it would be quite hard for Giants to thoroughly test something like Maze Plus. And I know how many hours I played it when I was trying to test it, and it was a lot. And I don't think you, as a company, you could dedicate that many hours to testing a single mod. So yeah. I think the other thing as well is quite often, and you saw it with expandable pastures, you can't test everything with mods and how they interact with stuff. If you didn't see the problem with that, when Chisel updated it to increase the feed capacity, awesome, thank you, Mark. I will start using it, and maybe people can get a little hint of what is coming. With expandable pastures, Chisel updated it to increase the feed capacity as you increased the size of the pasture, but on certain mod maps, when you saved and reloaded, the feed was lost, and obviously that's not great, but it works on base game maps, and I think on some maps it works and some it doesn't. So kind of like when you release a script mod into the real world and get that real world testing, suddenly you find things don't work. So yeah, it's one of those things that you can't test everything. I had someone comment on I think it was the how to find a mod conflict video. I only use ModHub mods, and I've got all of this stuff, but I've got a mod conflict. And it's like, well, yeah, that's because, yeah, same problem, Mark. It's you need to roll back to the old version, and Chisel is fixing it. I think he tried. I don't know if it happened. He was trying to get Giants to hotfix it back to version 1. So you need to roll back to the original version while he fixes it. Yeah, it's one of those things where I think I'm not sure whether it's all mod maps or some mod maps or some mod combinations where it doesn't work. I'm not sure. But yeah, so I had someone post, I only get mods from ModHub and I have a mod conflict. It's like, yeah, because Giants can't test the thousands of combinations of all mods. So that was one of my concerns, that people would do that. I tried to encourage Chisel to make it available on our Discord, so that people could get it from Discord. So I would guess that on top of rolling back, you probably have to roll back the save as well to a backup of before you updated it. That would be my guess. So I was kind of lucky that although I shared that it had been updated, I never actually got around to updating it, and I'm not actually using it anywhere yet, I don't think. I plan to use it on Church Farm, on there because I've got the sheep pasture on there. I'm going to swap it for the updated one that I've done that works with expandable pastures, and expand it into the grass field that's next to it. And for 90% of people, that will make no sense, because that's the series that I do for Patreon. But if you want to see that, you could, and you're watching the replay on YouTube, there's a little link below that you can click on. We are definitely not going to get this field finished today. I am certain of that. Because I would like to finish by 4 o'clock. Yeah, I know it was probably the only way to get it at that point, which is why I was trying to encourage Chisel to stick it on the Maze Plus Discord, so that I could say to people, you can go get version 1 from here rather than doing what I suspect most people did. See you, Mr. F. I've said your name right at least once today, sir, so that's all you're going to get. I suspect that there were very few places where people could go and get version 1 easily unless they are like me and hadn't updated it or had multiple copies in different saves and things. So... And it's kind of hard because people just want to crack on and play. So clearly I'm not condoning what you did, but I understand what you did. And particularly, if you're trying to run a community multiplayer server and you've probably got a bunch of people that are wanting to play the game, then... So is that, I guess that's FSG's one, is it? Or is that, is that Argsy's one? Or is that, Argsy's Aussie No Man's Land is not multiplayer, is it? That's his Wednesday streaming one. Which I probably won't get to watch tomorrow, annoyingly, because I'm in meetings most of the day. I like his Wednesday streams. I'm usually working at home on a Wednesday and quite often can listen while I'm doing stuff. Annoyingly, I have a day sat in Teams tomorrow. That's not good enough. What's particularly not good enough is you have a meeting at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That's quitting time. That's quitting time. You should complain. I'm pretty much going to stop in a few minutes anyway. I probably shouldn't have even bothered starting this cutting. Although I might finish this build up between streams so that next time I can harvest that one, harvest the wheat and do the milling. See, there's your problem. There's your problem. You shouldn't work with those people. They're bad. I'm sure they're lovely people. I'm sure they're lovely people. I think I might have the potential for some late finishes coming up soon. We might have some late working coming up, which I'm not looking forward to. Yeah, it pays the bills, doesn't it? It pays the bills. As of yet, they don't pay themselves. You seem to have made a little bit of a typo there, Nathan. Just a little one. A little bit of a Freudian slip. Very easy one. It's just like one key out. Just one key. I had a friend who used to work a similar job, and I think he enjoyed it about as much as well. He ended up managing said team and ended up quitting. Thanks for stopping by, Mark, and hopefully I will see you again soon. I think probably I might just run to the end of this row and call it a day anyway. The job has taken longer than I thought. I should have used an X9 or a Nexat or a not Nexat even. I guess because they wanted it on all platforms, they couldn't call it an Nexat. this real speed mod would have sorted it. You guys know that's not my style. If I had that on, I wouldn't have been able to browse Mod Hub or all the other things that I like to do at the same time. Let's do one more. And I suppose I could have. No, not really. I was going to say I could have set Will up to do this because I'm sat upstairs, but I don't have it all set up on the laptop. Anyway, I think we are going to wrap things up here. So thanks for stopping by, everyone. I think we peaked at about 10 people, which is kind of cool for an afternoon, and a not Terra Life stream. So potentially there will be 2 English Terra Life streams this week. I think Paul is planning to do a Thursday one, maybe with Nightcloak. I'm not going to be there because I have to go to a work meeting somewhere else. And then we are hopefully going to do a Friday stream as well, where I can be there. So, yep, 100% extra Terra Life this week. They'll both be over on Paul's channel, I think. So, yeah. It's also a good time for me, Nathan. So I'm kind of hoping that I might squeeze a few of these in somewhat regularly. Yeah, that's kind of the plan, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, so it's been fun. I think I will get this finished between videos or between streams if I can. Depending on how meetings finish and going, I might sneak another one in tomorrow. I don't know. No promises. So yeah, we'll see. Anyway, it's been fun, guys. I will see you all next time.